at 6. We're going to begin tonight with a heart-wrenching scene in Lassen County. Dozens of horses emaciated, dying.
Dozens more already dead. Tonight, News 10 has learned the owner was being investigated for years before the horses were finally removed. Hello, I'm Christina Mendonca.
And I'm Dale Shornack. This is a story that we first brought you last Wednesday. 56 horses in horrible condition, suffering from starvation at Whispering Pines Stables in Susanville in Lassen County. 28 other horses were already dead. News 10's Kristen Drew traveled to Susanville for this exclusive investigation.
Dale and Christina, we saw the images when the Grace Foundation's rescue workers removed the horses in April and August. But being on this property and experiencing it firsthand was very eerie and disturbing. There are horse remains everywhere. We're warning you, the images in this story may be graphic.
To see some of those horses with their hip bones sticking out and their withers pointing at the sky and their ribs standing out was horrible.
Judy St. John witnessed the devastation at the Whispering Pines Stables in August. She helped rescue workers try to identify some of the horses. During the visit, St. John found 4 of her own, including her foxtrotter, Sweetie.
Sweetie heard my voice, picked her head up from eating, and looked around and spotted me. She left the herd, she left her hay, and came to me and put her head on my chest and just stood there.
St. John is now trying to find out what happened to her remaining horses that were at the Whispering Pines Stables. There are 4 still missing.
It's emotional torture. It's what happened. Where are they? If they're dead, somebody, please find the names of the dead horses so I can start the grieving process.
Sheriff's investigators think the remains of at least 28 horses are scattered throughout this property, an area rescue workers with the Grace Foundation call a graveyard for horses. Several different law enforcement agencies came out at least 8 times during a 2-year period, but the horses remained here until this year. As early as the first visit, deputies noted in their crime reports how horrible the conditions were. A 2009 report reads, quote, "I noticed none of the troughs had water in them. The stables were occupied by 2 or more horses to each stall, and the horses were standing in approximately 2 feet of manure." During the visit, the owner, Dwight Bennett, was given a written verbal citation. Despite 6 incident reports at this property over a 2-year period, sheriff's deputies never criminally charged Bennett.
It's just a shame to see the transition over the years.
Sheriff Dean Groden says animal control handled the investigation until sheriff's deputies served a search warrant here last week.
We weren't overlooking anything. You know, we take these animal cruelty cases seriously, and we did. Once it got handed to us, we got busy, wrote a search warrant right away, and got up there collecting information so we could pass it on to the DA for prosecution.
The only other time Bennett faced a criminal charge was in April, when a California Highway Patrol officer issued Bennett a citation for livestock straying into the highway. For now, the troughs are empty and rusted, and bark is removed from the trees that horses were forced to eat. In the stables, more feces in piles. The most disturbing sight here is behind the stables. There are decomposed horses, bones piled on tops of tarps, and even some thrown over the fence line. In police documents, Dwight Bennett told deputies his financial struggle affected the welfare of his horses and business. Bennett's attorney would not allow us to speak with him at the Lassen County Jail, and officials with animal control would not comment. I'm Kristen Drew, News 10.
Kristen, thanks. Our investigation continues tonight on News 10 at 11. We're going to tell you about an animal control officer who pulled out of the investigation after it was revealed that she had a personal relationship with the owner of the stables. And with so many allegations of animal abuse against the owner, how was he able to get a foster child this year? News 10 is digging deeper. We'll continue the investigation tonight on News 10 at 11.
Tonight.